So it turns out that Arkansas is still one of the most affordable places to buy a house in America. Today we're breaking down how that actually happened, how does that affect you, and what does it actually mean for the future of Arkansas, and specifically, obviously, Northwest Arkansas. So, let's talk about that. Hey everybody! If you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois, the worst. Anyways, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to Kentucky, to Tennessee, to Utah, to Montana, to Asheville, to anywhere I wanted to in America. But I chose Northwest Arkansas because it is by far the best place to live in America. Literally by far. So if you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, call me, text me, let's meet up for coffee and we can talk about, again, why I chose here versus anywhere else in America. All right, and yes, it is true that Arkansas ranks number 2 as the most affordable state to purchase a home in America. The only other state that actually, we'll say, supersedes that, and this is a more questionable state, is West Virginia. So I'll leave that up to you if you decide to move to West Virginia. But I do admit, obviously, one of the interesting things with Arkansas is that when you're telling your friends, which you will, I'm sure, be telling them soon, you're moving to Northwest Arkansas, first of all, you always clarify Northwest Arkansas, not Arkansas. But it is interesting because there's only a couple states in America that I think that you are, let's say, questionable why you're moving there. You could say Mississippi near the ocean. You could say Alabama. Again, a lot of stuff going on in Alabama. You could say all the other states. You could say all these weird states. But when it comes to either Arkansas or West Virginia, people think, what's wrong with you? But obviously Northwest Arkansas is drastic, not even the same category as Arkansas. So love Arkansas the state, but Northwest Arkansas, that's where it's at. So regardless of all that, Arkansas ranks number 2 as the most affordable actual state to afford a house in America. Let's break it down what that means for Northwest Arkansas. And the first thing we need to cover when it comes to Northwest Arkansas specifically as being hyper affordable is the fact that oftentimes Northwest Arkansas has much higher salaries than other parts of America. Now that doesn't mean it's going to span across every category, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like there are specific, obviously, professions in Northwest Arkansas that do very well, obviously, when it comes to management, when it comes to medical, when it comes to sports, and obviously when it comes to education to some extent. There's some core categories that do very well in Northwest Arkansas. But regardless of all that, it is one of those interesting things that home prices are on the bit lower side when it comes to affordability, but our salaries are more higher than often other parts of America. Now, I'm not saying we're competing against Austin, but when it comes to when you look at both, that's when it becomes very interesting to live in Northwest Arkansas. Now, again, West Virginia, you have to make, look at my notes here, $81,000. The needed income is $81,000, and then median list price is $270,000. In Arkansas, it's actually $81,000, and the median price is $300,000. Now, in all fairness, you certainly can find a house for $300,000 in Northwest Arkansas. That is for sure. I sell them all the time. The other side of it is that it depends on where you want to be in Northwest Arkansas. It depends on a lot of other factors, but you can certainly afford a $300,000 house in Northwest Arkansas. My natural bend is if you're looking for a normal kind of, not even starter home, but kind of like family home in Northwest Arkansas, budget between $300 to $330 is kind of a really good, solid spot in the whole area itself. Now you can find cheaper, don't get me wrong, you can find cheaper. But again, going back to the point is that when you move to Northwest Arkansas, oftentimes your salaries are going to be much higher than other parts, even sometimes where you came from. I've helped a lot of people move here that actually had a salary increase. We're talking from California, we're talking from West Coast, we're talking from East Coast, and they actually had a salary bump here in the area itself because of the profession they're in. And on top of that, their housing cost like dropped in half. So that was a big win for them, of course. So again, it is a fascinating kind of conundrum where you live in Arkansas where things are so affordable, and then in the same breath, you do have a higher salary, definitely higher than the average normal than you would have in other parts of America. And the second thing we need to cover when it comes to obviously higher salaries and affordable housing in the area, this is more of like a little side quest, little side note kind of thing, but I wanted to mention that when you actually have more, let's say, disposable income, when you have more things to work with, when you have more things to do, oftentimes it makes, honestly, for a more enjoyable life. And that's why I continue to say Northwest Arkansas is by far the best place to live in America, literally by far, because you do have higher salaries, you do have more affordable housing, and you oftentimes have more disposable income. There are a lot of things to do here, whether it's Topgolf or amphitheaters or downtown sections or farmers markets or new pop-up this or new that or against concerts or whatever it is. I mean, every weekend there's always things going on. there's always things going on. So it's one of those things that makes it a lot of fun is when you get here, a lot of times my clients that I've helped move here oftentimes have a lot of disposable income. They can usually, either they can go to Branson if they want to, they can go to Kansas City, they can obviously spend a lot of time in Northwest Arkansas when it comes to Rogers and a lot of downtown section, over at Pinnacle, a lot more nicer restaurants that you can afford because it's a little bit more affordable than other parts of America. And again, it makes it super interesting when you can, it sounds kind of contrite, but it's like, if you can go to a steakhouse, a couple times a month or once a month or more than you often have, or wherever you want to do, meaning go to restaurants or do this or hang out with friends or go to breweries, you just have more disposable income, or buy a nice bike, buy a mountain bike. You just have more disposable income than you would in other parts of America, which makes this area very, very unique. Again, higher salaries, more affordable housing, and which allows for just more fun. And that's oftentimes when you talk to people, when you meet people that have just moved here last probably like 10 years, they often say it's like the fun factor has gone up exponentially because where they came from is high salary, high housing. You really can't get outside because of whatever reason. Obviously from parts of California and other places, different reasons, but regardless, here in Northwest Arkansas, there are endless reasons to get outside. There are endless reasons to spend time with friends. There are endless reasons to build communities and hang out and actually build, interesting people, meet interesting people, because you do have that extra time, extra freedom, and honestly, extra cash. Whoa, 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 whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to check this place out, looking to see if it's the best place to live in America. I made 3-day itineraries literally for you. Maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is, I have 3-day itineraries linked below. So go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. Also, you might be using things like Realtor.com, Zillow, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. It sounds exactly what it is. Literally, it's Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below: name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to in Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below. I'll make sure to miss a single notification when it comes for home for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday, I send an email out just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? When is First Fridays? When is First Thursdays? What new buildings are moving here? What new businesses are starting up? What new restaurants? There are so many things all the time happening in Northwest Arkansas. Enter your name below, enter your email below. I'll make sure you get that email every single Friday, but I need you to be aware. I just need you to be a little heads up. You will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak, but I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third and final thing when it comes to actually having affordable housing and high salaries in Northwest Arkansas, and this is going to be more based on both the current and also the future of Northwest Arkansas. The fun thing with Northwest Arkansas is that everything works together between the Northwest Arkansas Council that kind of like puts everyone together, makes sure everyone's on the same page with branding, messages, all different things that kind of like we'll say a council does. They oversee like a lot of things that happen in the area itself. Kind of secret, you don't hear about them much, but they certainly exist. Different topic, different day. But regardless, the nice thing what I want to get to is that it allows you to actually kind of pinpoint the community you want to be in Northwest Arkansas. There are places like Farmington, which are very like almost bedroom communities, very cute, offshoot of Fayetteville, Prairie Grove, almost like Civil War era battlefield, very eclectic historic homes over there. Then we have Pea Ridge, which is hyper close to Bentonville, super close up and coming area. We have Bella Vista, unlimited trail systems, lakes. We have obviously golf courses, shooting ranges, the whole kin caboodle up in Bella Vista. Then we have Bentonville, which is obviously mountain biking capital of the world. We have Fayetteville, more college based, but a lot of fun things to do there. Obviously Walton Arts Center, Theater Squared, Dixon Street. So whatever it is, you can oftentimes find that kind of style of affordable housing matching your salary inside of Northwest Arkansas. So it's kind of you want to pinpoint what you want to do and then start narrowing down what actually makes sense to move here. And when it comes to the future, is that these communities are only going to be not only come together more, not in a sense of geography, but in a sense of like we're marching at the same beat, at the same page, trying to obviously continue to grow and make this the best place to live in America, obviously. But the other side of the future is just when these actual communities become more niche, they honestly become more of a culture-based thing, meaning they're probably not going to stray far from where they are currently. So again, the future is going to be very interesting for Northwest Arkansas because a lot of these cities have kind of, grown up in the last 10-15 years, and they've, you know, established their culture, what they're going to be about, and they honestly take a lot more people in, and then with that funding and tax revenue, they're able to make it even better. So I'm curious to see what Northwest Arkansas looks like, you know, 5, 10, 15 years from now, because of the interesting communities that actually exist in Northwest Arkansas, whether it's, you know, your bedroom communities, your Civil War reenactment historic communities, you got Pea Ridge, you got Rogers, you got Pinnacle. So it just varies so drastically that you can certainly find a little slice of what you're looking for here, a little slice of a lot of things of what you're looking for here in Northwest Arkansas. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you have not been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. Literally a starter pack full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page guide, literally city by city, thing by thing, everything about Northwest Arkansas in one big packet. It comes with the 3-day itineraries, it comes with postcards, it comes with all sorts of cool things. Also, side note, you do need this because it comes with the official NWA coloring book. I mean, come on, don't you want that? I want that right now. Anyways, yes, do it for the coloring book. Starter pack comes right to your home, literally package shipped right to your home. Enter your name below, enter your address below. Where's this package going to? Where am I shipping this NWA starter package going to? Enter all the information below and make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite for F word. Free. So enter your information below and make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. All right, guys, I'll see you next one.